And hello there, welcome back to another video here with me, Marshall from Limited Resources, and let's see what we've opened up. Cemetery tampering, no. Cleanup crew I like. Ugh, that's a bad pack. Alright, I'm just going to take cleanup crew. It's the only green card really too, so kind of funny. Ooh, Darling of the Masses, that's a nice one. Backup agent, make disappear, playable. Riveteers, requisitioners, okay. But yeah, I'll take Darling. This card's great. Goes really good with a bunch of the commons, right? Like you just take a bunch of common citizens and all of a sudden this card looks quite good on the end of a 2, 3, 4 curve. Raffine's Silencer. I do like that card. There's also Hold for Ransom, which is totally playable. The classic, the Glamorous Outlaw. I'll just take the Hold for Ransom here. It's probably worth trying to stay in a green-white color base. Because these, it's interesting, you know, when you have 3-color families or shards or wedges or whatever, they open up a lot of space to draft decks that you don't normally get to draft, right? Because they put the fixing in and all that. But they're also constricting, right? Like I have a green card and then a green-white card, and then I open up a pretty good black card, but Obzon isn't supported. It's not one of the families. So I'm like, well, I really don't want to go down that road, right? Like I'm not really incentivized to go down that road. Here, though, I can take Calling a Professional, because if I want to stick to green-white, I have to take Most Wanted, Celebrity Fencer, or Warm Welcome, and I don't really like any of those, especially this early. But one of the families, Cabaretti, is in red, so I am free to take it. And I will. Okay. Not great, not great. I could just take Cabaretti Courtyard. I could also just take Broker's Hideout and Hedge. But yeah, we'll go for the Courtyard here, in case we end up being in actual Cabaretti, which we're not committed to at this point, but it's definitely possible. So no good green cards, no white cards at all, but there is Light 'em Up, and Quick Draw Dagger is good in this deck too. Okay, now we see Aspar's Adjudicators is the best card in the pack. There's also Racer's Ring. But I'm gonna U-turn to the Adjudicators. I mean, I'd much rather be in Brokers if it's even remotely open. And Adjudicators is just an excellent card in and of itself. Ooh, here's a late Raffine's Informant. So that goes with my green-white base either way. And then there's no real pick here anyway. I'll take Rooftop Nuisance, but that wouldn't be enough reason for me to go into Brokers on its own. I'll take Plasma Jockey, yeah. So the only card I really like out of red here is Calling a Professional, and it's still just fine. I like Aspar's Adjudicators better, but I still only have the one Adjudicators, and I do have Plasma Jockey and Light 'em Up, which are playables. So pack 2 is where we're going to really figure out where we end up. So let's see what we get here. Maestro's Diabolus, no. Torch Breath we could play. Swooping Protector I like. What else is here? Strangle, another Courtyard. Okay, well, I think we can delay our decision here and just take Swooping Protector, which has been pretty good. And that keeps us in the green. Well, I guess I haven't picked up any other green cards outside of those, the Darling, the Cleanup Crew, and the Adjudicator. Yeah, we'll see. It's still early. It's pack 2, pick 1. Don't panic. Okay. So here, Aspar's Headquarters, excellent. If we did end up in the blue side of things, I could take Strangle or Decoy, but I do want to try to solidify myself in white-green, and then we'll make the decision on blue or red after. But I really like Darling of the Masses. Cleanup Crew is pretty good. And Decoy is definitely a card. Another Strangle. Wow. Okay. What does this one do again? At the beginning of your upkeep, look at the top card of your library. If it's a creature or planeswalker, you may be able to put in your hand. If you don't put that card in your hand, you may put it on the bottom. Yeah, that seems like a sweet one to try out. All right. So let's commit here to Cabaretti. And maybe we'll even wheel one of those Strangles. There were so many of them that, they do lose utility at some point. So even the player who's in the market for a Strangle might be like, okay, I don't need the third one. Okay, and there's a Brazen Upstart to reward us for our decisive decisions. Look at us go. Not that this card's great, but it's okay. We have 7 creatures right now. Okay, so here I have to decide if I want Jetmir's Fixer, Rakish Revelers. This gets 2 of our colors, right? No, it doesn't. So, or another Light 'em Up. Jetmir's Fixer is one of the better 2s to have here, but I've never been a particular fan. I'm just going to take the Revelers. I'm not a huge fan of the Revelers either, to be honest, but we are light on fixing with just the Courtyard right now. Ooh, there's a Jewel Thief, though. There's also a Cabaretti Charm, which I would absolutely love, but I can't have it all, and I'm going to take the Jewel Thief. I just think it's too good to pass, especially since I was just saying that my mana fixing's not amazing, and that helps shore it up a little bit. Actually, I don't like any of these cards. I'm just going to take, even though like most of them are in my colors. All right, there's Racer's Ring. And that has to be the pick here. We definitely need fixing like that. And let's see if we get back one of these Strangles. I would be quite happy. Ooh, Cabaretti Courtyard came back. I'm happy with that too, though. That's probably good enough. But yeah, all right, ready to rumble. Definitely don't want the second one. Maybe want the first one. Looks like we're not going to get anything back here. How's our curve? It's reasonable. Oh, we got rabble rousing now. Awesome. I never feel like I opened this. What a pack. Cleanup Crew, Aspire, and Overseer too. But yeah, rabble rousing is amazing. Oh, and another Darling of the Masses? Get in there. That's great. What a start. And then I guess I'm going to take Racer's Ring. I don't think I need to go down to taking things like Broker's Initiate. Wow. That is incredible. This card is very difficult to evaluate, but once you get it in play, it's like, oh, I just need like one extra creature over the creatures I have. Okay. Like this makes 2 creatures now. That's probably just going to make the cut where before it was kind of in betweener. I need more 2s though. I need more like creature 2s. I only have Informant and Decoy. So that's kind of always the focus, but that's definitely going to be my focus now because I want to have stuff on the board by the time I cast Rabble Rousing. My fixing's good. I've got 2 Courtyard, 2 Ring, and a Revelers. Like, should be fine. Shoot. Technically has a 2-drop with Halo Scarab, but I really don't want to play it. Pyre Sledge Arsonist is mediocre in decks like this. This isn't a dual land that I'm interested in. I don't really want the pump spell. Glittermonger is also not really what I want. Maybe it's the pick. Maybe it's just Fencer. Sure. Ugh. It's not what I wanted. I would have just taken like a backup agent or something. Just any 2-ball there would have been fine. Like here, like Skycrier. I'm like, okay, good. And I'm going to take it over the Hold for Ransom as well. Flyer's even better, right? With the rabble-rousing plan. It's also a citizen that gets pumped off of our double darlings. Like if I could just have 3 more Skycrier, I would just be like, in. Give them to me. All right. Well, I'm going to take the Attended Socialite. Oh no, it disappeared. Oh, there it is. But it's not. This is very low end of the spectrum for what I want. Like it's not. It really isn't any of the things that I want it to be. It's not a citizen. It's not even a 2/2. But it may make the cut here. All right. Literal nothing for us. What is this one? Plains, island, or swamp? Not quite. I'll take the Halo Scarab, but I'm not going to play it. Okay, another Revelers. Fine. Antagonize, no. Boon of Safety. Let's take another Revelers. All right, so we didn't really get there as far as the 2-drops go, which is a problem. But we didn't miss all the way either. Again, though, I'm not going to take a Broker's Initiate. That's just not a thing. This is offensive. So I'm a playable short as it stands. That's rough. How many creatures is this? 16, okay. I guess I just play one of these. Okay, let's see what this thing can do. This deck looks sweet. Thanks for joining me, by the way. I appreciate you taking the time to hang out. Do a little drafto. All right, is this a keep? I think it is, actually. We're on the draw here. We don't need a whole lot to go right to make this thing actually quite a strong hand. Like just basically finding green mana. That's it. Like at any point. And that includes fixing and stuff. And we have Hold for Ransom if my opponent gets off to a quick start. Like I hate keeping hands that feels like it can't keep up with a reasonably quick start from the opponent. I'm actually just going to blitz this here. I have literally no other play to make outside of Hold for Ransom on Inspiring Overseer, and this gets me a card into my hand, which could be one step closer to a green source. Of course, we go 4-drop, 4-drop, 5-drop. Why me? But we still have a rip here. Let's go. Give me that green mana. Sort of. That's really tough. That is really, really tough. Just not drawing any lands. Because cards like Rabble Rousing are so much worse when you're this far behind. Okay. All right, let's play Jewel Thief. In Jewel Thief, we trust. They must have Cabaret Charm, no? Down to 7. Light them up. Okay, that was it. Okay, I think I'm just going to have to lean on Swooping Protector here to be the hero of the day. And see if it works. Okay, so they traded a combat trick to keep their guy alive, but I still have my Protector here. Interesting. Do they have a follow-up? They do. It's a pretty good one, too. Okay, well, I can kill 2 things and have a 2/1 back. I mean, I'm obviously in a very precarious situation here, but I do have plays. So, like, what I could do is I could Riveteer's Decoy, flash it in, kill this, and still hold for ransom this or this, and then block. Even if they kill the Protector, I would live under those circumstances. I could also hold for ransom the Paragon and just leave up Calling a Professional. I'm unfortunately a mana short of doing 3 things in a turn, but I am close to that. Think that the safest play is to do it this way, because this gives me instant speed ways to interact on some level. Like, I don't die to a combat trick this way necessarily. Like, let's say my opponent just attacks with all 3. And then they want to pump the one I don't block. Then I don't lose to that. It looks like they're considering freeing up their Paragon here. But if they do, then it can't attack this turn anyway, because they don't want to trade it for the Swooping Protector, although it does actually unlock a lethal attack in their mind. So they may just be like, fine. Yeah, it looks like they are. So I'll kill this, and then I'll kill this. I do survive this. And I get a Skycrier as a blocker. I mean, again, very, very precarious position, but I am not dead. Without a land, though, I can't kill a thing and play the Crier, so I guess I do this and get rid of something that doesn't matter or whatever. Oh, there's my land. Does Rabble Rousing matter at this point? Probably not. Maybe it does. I don't know. These are tough positions here. Because what is my plan? My plan is to play Skycrier and Decoy. I'm going to get rid of that. Go ahead. Jeez. Another one of them, huh? All right. That's pretty good. And an informant? Goodness sakes. So I guess they just forced the trade here, and then I'm kind of screwed. Yeah, all right. Well played. Wasn't really sure how to get out of this, and I apparently didn't find a way. Shoot, that flyer was huge. Guess I have to go into desperation mode here. Yeah, that is game. Wow, that was close. Super, super close. Yeah, that would have made it not close anyway, but even after my really severe mana stumble there, we still almost were able to come back. If I would have kept the burn spell, I could have killed the 2/1 flyer. Maybe that would have been enough. Maybe I should have just ditched rabble rousing and said, well, if you come up with an evasive threat, I need something, even if it's crappy removal. Yeah, probably a mistake on my part. Okay, this is a good hand, though. Looks like we're playing somebody at the mythic level here. So it needs a little something to bridge the gap, but Rafine's Informant usually does a pretty good job. Oh, they just milled their own rabble rousing. I like that. Yeah, there's a little bit of action. So I have a pretty good little situation here. Swooping Protector into Rousing into potentially Cleanup Crew. Would I rather have Brazen Upstart or Swooping Protector? I think I'd actually rather just get the Brazen Upstart down. A Lackey. Okay, I think I'm going to go for Swooping Protector this turn, and I'll just attack with the Brazen Upstart here. Oh, this works. So this actually makes the Riveteer's Decoy a lot better, because they don't have these just junker expendable creatures down on the ground. God. That is brutal. Yeah, that really sucks. So they didn't even bother with the Lackey here. Yeah, I'm just going to go with the rabble rousing. I mean, right now the way is clear. And I assume that I'll want something like that. So what are they? Oh, they're just going to crack the towers? Okay. They wanted that more than the guaranteed fish token here. They must have been out of gas. Okay. Top. Oh, that's not great news, is it? It's going to bolster my life total here. Yeah, that's probably pretty close. It's not quite enough, but this is... Oh, that is good. Yeah, so now they have 7 power. Man, we were just getting wrecked with this thing. Well, let's do the thing. See if we can't hit an answer. Okay. So I guess I just kill this then. And I still have the swooping protector to block as well. Touchy spot here, but I could definitely still win this. I think I just cast this. I'm not going to be able to play this and this next turn. So I think just getting it, like, the surprise factor does matter, but I'd rather just be able to deploy all these creatures. Trying to overwhelm my opponent here. Okay. They did sack the fish, though, so the clock is actually 3 turns still. If they feel they can even attack. Which apparently they do. I'm just going to chump, though. Take 3, go to 4. Because I just have like a massive attack on the crackback here. I should cast this first. All right, go. Don't kill me. They have many ways that I can die here. I go to 1, and then they do anything, basically, that does any damage to me. Another Glamorous Outlaw, any type of burn spell, any ping effect, anything, and I'm dead. That doesn't matter. I put it on the bottom because just another creature isn't really what's going to be the difference here. Oh man, that's pretty good. All right, so let's do some math here. They can block these 3 things, and then I get in for 20 23, but they gain 6, so they're at 13. Yeah, I think it's still just a send in the squad type scenario here. Because it should be quite easily lethal. I guess the one scenario I didn't really cover here is if they get rid of the darling of the masses, what happens? I suppose my assumption is that if they can get rid of darling, then the Swooping Protector maybe would want to stay back, but I don't know. All right, we got it. Woo! That was very, very close. I'm really glad I put that removal spell under the rabble rousing as well. This looks like a mulligan. Close maybe, but definitely a mull. Yeah, and this one's a keeper. I guess I get rid of Buyer Silence here. Nice, that actually works just fine. So I can go Tended Socialite. Okay, and it actually keeps that thing tapped down. So this turn probably is just going to be... Oh, never mind. I was going to say it's probably just going to be light him up on the backup agent, but this is better. Although when you completely whiff with it like I did, it's a little less good. But I may be able to curve Plasma Jockey into Rabble Rousing here if I can keep my board state intact, and that's pretty devastating. They're going to make the Celestial Regulator bigger. Okay. So here's a question. Do I play the Plasma Jockey or do I light him up the backup agent? Because I did draw the land, so I do get to Rabble Rousing next turn. And I'd like to keep as many creatures around as possible. The other option I do have that's a little awkward but could work is I could light them up the Celestial Regulator and sacrifice a Socialite to do it. That is not a fun turn, but how am I going to lose this game potentially to the Regulator? I don't think that's actually that likely. So I'm going to do this and just pass. Actually, I'll attack with this because I don't think that they want to block anyway. Yeah. And then I'm going to go Rabble Rousing attack with everything. And depending on how they want to approach this combat step, that could be very awkward for them. Okay. Shieldmate. All right, so that's the thing that I'm going to give the whatever you want to call it, disincentive here. All right, so what can I get? I can get Rakish Revelers, Glittermonger, or an Ascendancy. Yeah, just go for the expensive thing. That's usually what works anyway. So this thing can't block. So they can trade off here for some stuff, but I just have such a good board state left that the damage is kind of done. Hey, I actually hit. Look at that. So what do I want here? Skycrier? Not 100% sure, but I'm going to go with Skycrier here. They are in a very awkward position right now. Ooh. Ooh, okay. That's scary. Wiretapping? Wow, I can't believe they attacked. Should be able to win this race pretty easily. Okay. Slight upgrade. It feels like I just went on a slot machine. They're not dead right now. They can chump block, lose a shield, and go to or take 10. I hope they have the sweeper. That doesn't help. And that's game. All right. Another rabble-rousing victory. And we're moving up diamond as well, so that's good. Okay, this is on the play as well, so we just have to mulligan that, unfortunately. This is an easy keep, though. I think getting rid of buyer silence is correct. Could be cleanup crew, but I'll do that. And what do I get? Green here. All right. Maestros. Brazen Upstart's pretty good on turn 3. Like, it's usually 2 for 1. It trades off for, like, one of their junkers, and you kind of move on. Play it now so I can get in with a socialite as well. The star of the show, attended socialite. Wow. They're just going to blast off here. My turn? Okay, murder for the upstart, but I get the trigger, and I actually hit this time. I guess I just have to take Exhibition Magician, which actually is pretty good here. That's kind of funny. I actually have an interesting choice, too. If I make the Citizen, then I get 2 triggers here and 2 triggers here. But if I don't, if I make the Treasure, then I'm 1 land away from getting Cleanup Crew down. But I don't get as many triggers right now. Like, my opponent pass, I assume Celebrity Fencer's dead. If that's the case, I should probably go in the middle ground here and just make the treasure token. Like, if my opponent tapped out, then I might make a different play here. But I just have to assume that something's dying. Oh, interesting. So if I actually would have been more aggressive, I could have got through Evelyn. Kind of interesting. At any rate, the aggression level seems just fine. And I've got my combat trick here. Sewer Croc. Okay, and there's the land I wanted. They hit Cabaretti Ascendancy off of my library, but that's not a card that I don't know that they can really take the time to cast it anyway. They're just under too much pressure. Double Maestro's Initiate. Okay. I did miss. All right, let's attack like this. If they get tempted to block the Sewer Crocodile on the Celebrity Fencer, I can get a bit of a blowout here. And that is the most obvious block that they have. All right, so we got the blowout, so that was sweet. I'm actually going to play my land. I think I'm more likely to activate Skycrier than I am to draw like my Rafine's Informant or whatever. They didn't go for the double block on the cleanup crew either, so it's actually still around. That seems like a pretty big deal. Ah, I see. They wanted to keep that around so that they could join the Maestros and put out a bunch of power and toughness. That makes sense. All right, let's YOLO. Come on, Auto Tapper, please. Stupid. That would have been perfect, too. All right, what if I attack with everything? So they want to go like double block here. Yeah, this all works fine. Because with calling a professional, I can just try to get them to 3, basically. Would have liked the flexibility of using it as a removal spell, but not to be. All right, I just want to get rid of, Evelyn here. And now I'm going to keep the planes in hand in case they play a Corrupted Court Official. And they've got to do a heck of a lot here. I have lethal on board quite easily, and then I have calling a professional backup plan. So I've got plans. They're digging up bodies. They got to find something to get rid of this, get in the way of the Swooping Protector. There's no doubt about that. All right. Very nice. Good pressure. Took advantage of some slower, clunkier cards from the opponent. Love it. Ugh. So I should be able to cast this and maybe this, and I can do this ability, but this is like kind of out of the equation. I'm on the draw. Yeah, I guess I'll keep it. I'm leaning a bit on calling a professional here to do its thing. And of course I have to draw lands, but I'm on the draw, like supposed to hit my 3rd land drop pretty consistently here. Yeah. I'm just going to Rakish Revelers. Lands. Thank you. It's perfect land too, actually. Now I will just play this, though. Nothing too great, but I would like to be able to block the Toulouse here. Just, for the amount of power coming across, and also its ability or whatever. Ooh, rabble rousing. That's a good magic card. So what I could do is call in a professional, the lackey, and then attack and trade with the regulator. And I think I'm going to do that. So now they're down to just the 3 power, and I've got a very, very good hand against this if I start drawing lands. If I don't, we're losing, of course. But the amount of cards that I can draw here that that's pretty good. All right, there we go. The business. Yeah, let's play this. This blocks the Toulouse very well. It doesn't block the Duelist particularly well, but nothing does. And I'd much prefer to buy your silence on the Duelist. Oh, wow. So now I kind of need to draw a land super fast. Although I guess I take 8, I go to 6. I can even attack with Darling of the Masses because it makes a 1/1 token that stays back. Okay, so I take 10 if they attack this way, but I get to eat to lose. Yeah, I wouldn't do that either. All right, so I'm just going to take 8 here. Ouch. And if I hit a land, be amazing. For many reasons. Land. Oh, damn. Well, it's not game over by any stretch. I still have plays here. This thing's a citizen? Oh, man. I should have played the Darling first. Trying to decide between Darling or Swooping Protector here. So what happens if I flash this and then block this? First strike damage happens, it knocks the thing out. And then regular strike damage happens and just kills the protector, so it's just basically a chump block anyway. All right, I'll just play the Darling. And I should have done that to get an extra point of damage, but I did not think of it. This is super awkward, though, because if they can get the token out of the way, I have to chump block with the Darling. Maybe that would have been a better reason to play Swooping Protector. This is better if it goes well, but it's much worse if it doesn't, I guess is how I describe it. Okay. Now that token's very nice, though. I am very close to dead still. Yeah, I don't like this spot one little bit. Basically, I just die to anything here. Hold. Really tough spot because even if they don't kill me here, then they have the lackey that can come back, and that's a problem too. Kraken's a problem too. Oh my god, yeah, this is tough. They should probably use their treasure to get the lackey. Oh, Gathering Throng? Okay, these cards I don't care about as much, but... Okay, so what can I do now? Well, don't feel like I can give them the fish token here. So if that's the case, I just have to do this and say go. I'm in such a precarious position at this point. Like, I don't think I can give them the fish token now, even then. And so I like go for a double block with Rakish Revelers, but if they have a bounce spell or anything, then I just lose because of trample. But if I go for like the quad block and they bounce this and kill all three of these things, like, am I ever winning this game? I think you could make a pretty good argument for not a chance. I think I'm in that. Oh, they didn't attack. Okay. And there's the lackey. That's bad news for us, of course. And then they can play the throng. But if I draw a 2-drop, no, then I could have rabble rousing into immediate rabble rousing. So that's a thing. But I did not. So I'm going to play Cabaretti Ascendancy and Swooping Protector. No, don't do that. And then if I'm alive, I will try to hit something that actually matters. Lagrella. Okay. That's probably GG then. So they take out... Oh. That still might be GG, I don't know. But I thought they were going to take out the thing. So let's see. I can go double block, single block, die. I have to do this. Yeah. Now it's just probably way too far behind here. Wait, what? Don't do that. So I go to 2, but they have 2 fishies now. And like, yeah, I don't think there's any way back out. Close. Cleanup crew. I can cast it and gain 4. So you're telling me I got a chance. Wow. What does that mean? What does this mean? No! Oh, that probably doesn't matter, actually. I'm going to let the Kraken in because I'll just have to trade it for the crew. Because I won't be able to beat these fishes. Yeah, they're not going to attack with it. Smart. Okay. Okay, there's light 'em up for one of the fishes or for Lagrella, although it probably just has to be the fishes. Wow, this is interesting. Don't know if I can actually race from this point. Wow, this is so sickly close. Like, I could kill both fish. So I guess I just want Skycrier here. God, is this going to work? Probably not, right? I'm at 3 life right now. I have a Sky Crier under a Rabble Rousing. I will make a massive Celebrity Fencer at some point here. And so that'll be good enough to tussle with the Kraken, so that's fine. Like, it means I can attack with Cleanup Crew. Like, next turn I can attack with, like, if nothing changes, I can attack with all of them. Or if I end up being able to trade off Cleanup Crew for Kraken, that works too. Also, I do have Cabaret Ascendancy going. Like, maybe that's a thing. Okay, I'll just block like this. And then they must have some follow-up play that they're excited about. No? Ready to rumble. I will take it. That gets me back the Darling, and that's obviously an absurd combo with Rabble Rousing. How in the heck do they not have a board right now? How did I do this? They're drawing cards off of Botanical Plaza? Like, this is where we're at? This is incredible. Go. No! Depopulate! Oh, but Rakish Reveler's off the top. Okay, so that's what was going on. They had a sweeper. Do they have a follow-up play? And does it have flying? That's what I really want to know right now. No. Yes and no. They do have a follow-up play. It does not have flying. Oh, man. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can rebuild this board right quick. What? I have no idea what's going on. They're not splashing for libation, right? Quick draw dagger. I'm a genius! I am a genius! Yes, reveal, reveal. All right, so I can't actually wait. I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, crack the ring and still be able to play just this guy. It doesn't seem necessary. I've got stuff going on here. I can just dump my hand here, I think. Go. Kill me this turn. Yes. Oh, man. What a crazy game. Wow. How did that happen? I'll take it, but how did that happen? What an incredible game that was. Okay, so what can I do here? Yeah, I can do enough stuff. I think I'm actually going to get green with this. Just have more green cards, I think, than red. And I'll be able to cast Light 'em Up off of Revelers at some point. And I've got Skycrier to start getting in. Double Darling is nice, but not with no land drops coming. There's a Gardener. If I had red mana instead of white here, I probably would just light him up the Civic Gardener. I think it's just right on that borderline of like good enough target. And if I didn't have anything else to do with my mana. This turn though, I do. Like I can do the Rakish Revelers thing, and the Gardener's not a must kill. What? Why not just untap it? What the heck? Yeah, that sequencing was all messed up. Because they could have gone Ominous Parcel, then untapped this, and if they have 3 mana, spend it. If they didn't, then just untap the Gardener, right? On some why not level stuff. Anyway, probably doesn't matter. Nice. We get to Windmill Darling here, and that pumps the Skycrier, and I can start getting rowdy. They're going to crack the parcel here for mana. This would be a good place for Civic Gardener to attack, by the way. It's quite difficult for me to block in this position, right? My opponent has green and white mana available, both of which have 1 and 2 mana combat tricks that get through Darling. So I like that attack a lot from my opponent. And I have to now respect the fact that they could have one of those pump spells. Now, the good news is I have ways to play around such things. The question is, should I? Because it's very mana inefficient for me to do so. Yeah, so I think I'm not going to. I think I'm just going to attack here and just play Revelers. I can still cast my other stuff, right? Yeah, I can. And this is very punishing if my opponent's plan was to try to block Darling and then use a combat trick. Like, extraordinarily punishing. Like, probably that's game now. Like, because they didn't use their mana on turn 4. They were just like, hit you for 2, go. Okay, well, this is a much easier block, because now I can just say, if you want to lose this guy, fine. You have to populate. Okay, that makes sense. That definitely makes sense. So the question is, do I want Cleanup Crew or Darling? The difference is 6 power slamming is really good. But Darling getting to start attacking means that it can start spitting out powerful things. But yeah, I'm just going to go for Cleanup Crew here. I can have a really nice double spell turn next turn, where here I really couldn't. Because, like, what am I using these on? Oh, damn. Well, that backfired a bit, but it's still okay. So let's do this. And one of these. Yeah, having the Cleanup Crew under the Mysterious Limousine means that it's just stuck there, because if it ever comes out, it blows up the limousine anyway. Okay. This all works out just fine for me. In fact, this works out really nicely for me. Crew 2. Okay, so how do I want to approach this? The limousine getting activated does matter here, as it is bigger than any of my other things. I don't want to do anything too stupid. So if I can get them to activate it, I can light it up post-combat by sacking a thing. That's not the worst. But the only way I think I can do that is if Darling of the Masses comes in. So I could like hold for ransom Gathering Throng and attack with Darling. It's not great. I get the thing. They probably crew up the limousine and block. Yeah, I guess that's okay. I think I'm just going to sit here. That was a hell of a turn. Okay, that's not a bad draw either. Definitely want to play this. This is like a particularly awkward board, though, because like the backup agent gets in the way of the decoy, which I would be happy to trade off with anything else. But if I use hold for ransom on a backup agent, that doesn't really seem like it does what I want either. If I attack with Jewel Thief, they just go sure block with Gathering Throng. If I attack with Darling of the Masses, they go sure block with Gathering Throng plus backup agent. And none of those really benefit me particularly, so I think I'm just going to sit again, as awkward as it is. Maybe I'll just do this. I wouldn't hate it if my opponent just said, sure, I'll pay 7 mana to free this thing up and gave me a card. Like, I'm going to start getting ahead on cards here, and the board is stable at the moment. Ooh, okay. I have a Glittermonger in my deck? That's embarrassing. Cards I want to see are, of course, like Rabble Rousing, right? Like that type of thing. Okay. I don't think this is getting better than that, so I will block. It's a little tempting to wait because of Glittermonger, but I'm going to have so much to do with my mana here. Ooh, that's a nice one. So that actually just straight up blows this thing up. And then I get my 6/6 back. And an artifact that's on my side, enchantment that's mine. Could exile a card from a graveyard, but is there anything that matters? Not in these colors, I don't think. So I'll just gain a life as usual. And I will send this in, because if it trades for informant and backup agent, that's fine. Gonna start drawing cards? You gonna free that thing up for the 7? Oh, they are. Oh, I like this. That's a tough race to win when you pay 7 mana to get in for 2. Let's see that Rabble Rousing. Come on. Rabble. No? Okay. No, I can still hit it though. Rabble me? Fencer. Seems fine. If they want to trade off all 3 of their creatures, I am happy to do so. I'll pass here. It's reasonable. So they can just throw this thing around now and try to beat us in the air with lifelink and then throw it on a gathering throng post-combat and try to get some multi-blocks going or whatever. Oh, no, they didn't do anything. I will reveal and put it in my hand and then get rabble-rousing. Oh, no. Okay, well, we still got good action here. The Fencer is going to be just huge. Going all in. Okay. Yeah, I'll put it on top because I get it for free with the Ascendancy anyway. Take 9. You're almost dead. Ooh, that's desperation. Can you really afford to attack me here? Yeah, you can actually. Yeah, you can. Five lifelink is a lot. It actually is going to be fairly difficult to accommodate here. And I can't quite cast the Revelers, right? Like even with this token, or not quite. Go ahead. Careful. Civil Servant, okay. And then they might as well re-equip, I guess. This does mean that 2 damage kills this instead, which could matter, but probably won't. Ascendancy hits, nothing. But it does put something to the bottom, and another nothing. All right. This is still better than the other options, though. Because it makes the Celebrity Fencer big. So let's see what happens if I attack like this. That's lethal. So they have to block one of these. If I attack with the Thief as well, then they would have to chump with the Darling. So that's a clean attack. And if that's the case, this probably is too. Okay, so this thing can get lifelink, but I can block and kill it. And so I'm just going to take out the Darling of the Masses here. That takes off effectively 4 power off the board, the Servant, the Crier, and then the Darling itself. And then I think I have enough mana here to crack this Racer's Ring on end step also. I like this. Give me the business. There's the rabble rousing. Not on 3 cards or something. Okay, yeah, so we're fine then. They're just kind of trying to go off here. Oh yeah, that's really good. These are the tools that I need to win the game. And that is game, I think. I don't think there's anything left. Yeah, they only have 1 white mana. That should be GG. All right. Very nice. They hung in there. You know, it shows the power of making like a big lifelink flyer. It does make it very difficult to race, even though we had like a ton of power. We also, by the way, got depopulated that game. Like, let's not forget, we had like an absolutely busting start and just got depopulated right back to 0. Still won. All right, this looks good. It looks nice, actually, yeah. Because with this mana, I can go Informant into Brazen Upstart, or if I really want Exhibition Magician, but probably just into Upstart. Same play. Sort of. All right. And I'm willing to get rid of a land here for the Informant. Definitely willing to get rid of a land. Okay. Play the Upstart and pass. Right now, they don't have a way to interact, so that's pretty nice. I do have Ready to Rumble for 2 turns from now where I can maybe kill a blocker. But for the most part, I'm just looking to trade with Brazen Upstart and just get some value, right? Like if it trades for a 3-drop, that's great. If it trades for a 2, you kind of par for the course. Can't block here. Another Mayhem Patrol? It's not very good here. Okay, and I have plenty of mana, so I'm going to make the Citizen token here, and I'll go ahead and clear away another land. Doesn't really matter what land I get at this point. I have all my colors covered. I got double green for the cleanup crew. You know what I'm thinking off the top of the library? You know what I'm thinking would sound pretty good for dinner? Rabble. Is this rabble rousing right here? Oh, I'm not blocking here. I'm significantly ahead in the damage race currently. Like to keep it that way. I also have a removal spell that'll kill most things that could be played here. All right, they've got main phase murder for the Upstart. So let's see if we can hit something. Come on. And there was rabble rousing in there too. Where do the rest of the cards go? Bottom in a random order. My God, that was just an absolute travesty. It's happened multiple times here too. Good news is we're still ahead, and maybe I could find a way to shuffle to get the rabble rousing, which is one of these cards. Or maybe I just draw a bunch of creatures and don't need it. Boy, my opponent is just down to race, though. I mean, these cards do trade for these. Like, no shame. Like, if they play a creature here and I ready to rumble and hit them for 6, I'm at 13. Okay, that's a pretty good one. But I'm going to do the play I just mentioned, and I don't know what they're... Maybe they go mountain... Or maybe they have the uncommon to kill this or something. Like, they need to remove something here. They do have the uncommon. And that'll actually kill 2 things. Okay, well that changes everything. Good turn. Corpse Appraiser into Grizzly Sigil. Very nice. Huge life point swing. Kills 2 of my creatures. I'm sitting here drawing lands like a doofus. Still have you down to 7, but I have no more gasoline, so opponent's in a very strong position now. Mm-hmm. Wow, this gets him to 1. Jeez. So close. Fencer, not great. Could be worse. So, curious to see now if they go, all right, well, I got to attack with the Initiate and give it lifelink, because that takes up a precious 2 of their mana. But being at 1 and 3 is definitely a difference. Are they finally not going to attack with Mayhem Patrol? They could have traded it off for this Exhibition Magician like 17 times, but they're like, no, they're getting in. Okay. What? Wow. That is so aggressive. They do gain 1 extra life from it. They're at 4. Okay, so they're not facing lethal. Yeah, okay, I get it. This player likes playing with fire. Does look like it'll work out for them, though. Like, we're still just in a tough position, but man, risky biz. They're sacking that? Okay, I guess they're just going to make 2 devils, because those are pretty good. Oh. Oh, is this a devil? Oh, it is. So they're gaining a bunch of life. All right. Well played, well played. And I can't actually kill one. Yeah, that was well done. Again, risky. But well played ultimately. All right. So where are we at here with this thing? Five and 2. All right. 2 more wins for the trophy. I'll take it. Okay, this looks good. This is a little awkward. Oh, this actually isn't as good as I thought. It's not bad, but we don't have white mana, which I did not properly calibrate here. I don't think it's the end of the world. Like, we'll get it, but not the best either. Also, we could just draw it, but the Magician gives it to us. There it is. And I'm just going to play the Crier over the Decoy. A lot of times you play the Decoy and then they just play a creature that wants to block anyway, and you're like, oh, okay. All right, let's play the Magician here. And I guess I can afford to make a Citizen. I'm not going to attack with the Crier, though. I have a lot of things that benefit me for having the creature on the battlefield. Ooh, they missed their land. I like that. Okay, I think if that's the case, I'm going to just take my time here. I am going to attack now because I gotta get rolling. See if they have a pump spell. They do. Fair. Tough but fair. But if they miss another land drop, I think we're pretty good shape. So we get to get rid of the Decoy, the Crier here. Get in for 7, they gain some back. I get a card. And I still have Colin. Ooh, Light 'em Up would have been really good, But anyway, against an opponent on Forest and Plains, these are just good cards, so. Looks like we should be able to cruise to victory here. Which would put us one precious win away from a trophy. Okay. This gets me in for 8 damage. I don't think there's a card in the game that gets you out of this mess. That's just a tough one. You miss that many land drops and you're just kind of screwed. Okay, one more. Let's go. Okay, sure. Yeah, this is a keep. Mana isn't quite enough for Cabaret Ascendancy on 3, but we have well, I shouldn't say that. It is enough for Cabaret Ascendancy on 3, and we have the Light 'em Up. So, yeah, I like this a lot, actually. Should I go for it is the question. If it gets countered, how sad am I? Not that sad, actually. It's just kind of whatever. And the upside of hitting it is very good. Wow, we win! I guess the upside was even slightly higher than I thought. Wow. I never seen they must have just missed a land drop, right? They're just like, okay, well, I'm not going to beat that because I'm going to be able to generate a ton of advantage from the Ascendancy over time. All right. Sweet. We got the trophy here with Cabaret. That felt very good. Rabble-rousing FT dubs. We'll see you next time.